around here, and then they're all flipping out about that Mamdani guys. I still know people that think that New York has fallen to socialism.
Yeah.
They have a Gristedes co-op, maybe, probably not, and stronger anti-Semitism laws. That's what's going to happen from Mamdani. That's all going to happen.
Yeah.
But people really buy into this still, and now
My theory is that you like all these DEI guys in the Democratic Party, like Obama, AOC, Booker, Madani, they're all anti-ultra Manchurian candidates. Every single one of them. I don't know what sort of conditioning went through, but they behave the same way.
No, yeah, they do. They all behave like George W. Bush. I made a joke that I thought Dick Cheney used to hunt him and his brother naked through the woods, and as a stupid joke. But I think that did happen. I think they like part of it.
That's what they
the most
do.
dangerous game as training, like the Hilton sisters had to do it, and a lot of do Mormies at the top of defense. And you don't get when you get caught, it's kill, but it's real gross. You don't want to get caught, but you do get caught. And the whole thing is to degrade you down. It's like the book Precious, but at the top of society. They have the same lives. They don't get enough to eat, and they're viciously molested.
Well,
That's
true.
true.
Go back to history. The entire Spartan society.
They have incest babies, and they all starve themselves to be skinny. Look at what's her face, sister.
Was structured around the traumatization of children. Because what they would take these kids, every one of them, away from their families when they were 5 or 6, put them in boarding school where they
Sounds like kindergarten.
would just beat up every single day. Older kids, and then when they were like 12, they were paired with this guy who's like, and they became lovers. And so this guy became
they called
handler,
him.
right?
They called him the Charlie Sheen. It was an actual position in there.
Right. So all of Spartan society was structured around this concept.
And in Kathy O'Brien's book, it was some Chinese intel guy first told the guy that wrote the foreword about this program. So, well, I'm very curious because I think it's never bought the thing of. They kept saying we might have to fight China for Taiwan. First of all, I think we recognize it belongs to China. Or they say strategically ambivalent, but they recognize it. Secondly, why does China make our shoes and phones and viruses for us? If they're, that stupid spy balloon nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's not a spy balloon because it was a fucking balloon, by the way, everybody, you jerk-offs. And then they say it's a UFO later. There's so much nonsense involved with it that it seems like they're together. Somebody's in on it together, not as a country, but corporate or just like interests that are the nations don't matter and borders don't matter. There's just like powerful families. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. Look, and Communist Party are the best of friends. Okay, I mean groups are so close knit. And look, you just Google where these princelings, the daughters of the communist elite, where they went to school and where they're living now, and you recognize that, oh my God, it's the same club. Like these of Wall Street, these kids.
Oh yeah, the princelings. I hadn't even thought of that. I was trying to remember what they called it, but I was thinking about that because all the 60s and all the stupid fucking rebellion they made up, they're all the sons and daughters of the generals.
And you look at like the major media influencers of today.
I think about Hunter S. Thompson, never got busted for drugs. He's CIA. Think about the Grateful Dead, never really got in trouble for drugs. CIA. All music, Stones, Beatles, Mormons. It's all CIA. Everything is CIA.
Guys like Andrew Tate. Guess what?
Yeah, and I thought having to fight better. Most of it's about manipulation, really. Like that's what right. Trump saying Don Road doctrine, which it sounds like a Austin 316 or like Hulkamania. It doesn't sound like that doctrine that probably isn't valid in a legal sense of any kind.
So like how we let this U.S.-China conflict, it's all just a show. It's not real.
There's a lot of crossover for reasons I don't understand between Mormons and Scientologists and the Nation of Islam, because the Nation of Islam uses Scientology. He bought Scientology for the members of the Nation of Islam. But what I realize is these are all fellow mages. They're all fellow magi helping each other out, and all these religions, especially here in America, they got a left-hand path, and that's all the symbology is so that if you're a Mormon. I know a bunch of Mormons that are not involved in anything crazy, but I also know a bunch of con men, close-up magic motherfucker, like Vegas scumbag types, who all say Joseph Smith's a prophet, and they all do tarot and that kind of shit. And that's because if you're in the know, they really admire him for getting his stupid magic, his coven protected forever, and into this government. And they have a left-hand path as well, the left-hand path of God. It's in J.R. Sweet's book about it. And it all makes sense now because you could see these guys' hustles. They all support. The Moonies and them, or Moonies connected to it, all of them.
So, what do you think accounts for the success of the Mormons in America?
And then also, if you do anything to make a buck,
Right, right.
Joseph Smith.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you. I want to pick your brain about Trump.
Yeah.
What do you think? How does he fit into the lawsuit society framework?
I only heard silly gossip and rumors, but my favorite thing Dick Gregory used to say is there's two Trumps.
There is.
A red tie Trump. Now this is all silly. Not he's one of the first people, Dick Gregory, to say Michelle Obama had a dick, which I'm not completely sold on. I must say she could have had a pants wiener in that dancing video, but he was on. He was, he had his Zapruder film. Gregory had all, and it really is like when we play his stuff he said a second ago till now, and I try to keep track of the ties, but I forget which ties. I think red's supposed to be the more aggressive Trump, but with Biden it was like the tall Biden and the short Biden. That was just a trick from trying to place him in a place he wasn't digitally, and they got his height wrong, which it could have been, or he just had like a Saddam Hussein double. They all have doubles and really good masks. So
the CIA lady shows us, they brag, oh, look how good our mask is. If they're showing you that mask, that means they got one that's way better. They're showing you the one from the 50s.
I was told by somebody that Trump was Jesuit programmed a long time ago. He's from
Jesuit,
and I was like, I didn't want to believe it.
That's Catholic MK Ultra.
And by the way, Kathy O'Brien says no. I asked her.
Kathy O'Brien is an Irish traveler, so is Riley, and we're sick of him. You
But
gotta watch
I know
this
it's
shit,
a
or you'll
divide
never
between the
understand.
boomer age monarch and the younger monarch people. They have a much different, real different opinion. It's very interesting. But anyway, he's some famous figure right now.